Hey there, I'm E. Strickland, the owner, creator, and CEO of Rustic Territory. And today I want to go live because I wanted to talk to y'all. First thing I want to talk to you today about, actually the main thing I want to talk to y'all about, is while I was on Facebook today, I was in the Facebook groups, and I go through, I'm a member of a lot of the candle making groups. So, sorry if I'm squinting, it's a little bright outside. I've been inside staring at a computer screen all day. So, but anyway, so when I was in the groups today, you know, I go through and I help people out and I answer questions and try to throw my 2 cents in there, obviously being a candle owner, or candle business owner for the last, we've been in business for almost 6 years now. It's crazy. But we've only been making candles since 2020. So I still have about, 4.5 years, almost 5 years experience making candles for my business. And so, again, anything that I can teach y'all or save you time, energy, effort on, I try to give that information away when I can, especially in those candle making groups. But the main thing I wanted to talk to y'all about today was on labels. So specifically USA candle makers. I don't know the rules and regulations for other countries, so I'm not even going to get into that. But if you're a USA candle maker, it's very, very important that you have three items listed on your actual labels, okay? So, number one, you need to list what it is, okay? These are rules set up by the FDLP or the FLDP, I can't remember the actual acronym, but basically it's the rules and regulations on candle labels, okay? So, you have to label what it is, number one. Is it a candle? Say so. You have to put candle on it. Is it a tart? Say so. It has to have tart on there. If it's a wax melt, it's the same thing, but you can identify as a wax melt. As long as it's identified what it actually is, that checks box number one, okay? And I'm in a rocking chair, guys, so that's why I'm like moving a little bit. Number two, you have to actually put the weight on there, okay? So it has to be in ounces and grams, both of them, okay? A lot of people are either doing one or the other, or missing that entire thing. No weight is on the actual label. So make sure, if you're a candle maker, that you're putting your weight in ounces and grams. Again, this is for USA candle makers that sell, obviously. If you're doing this for fun or for a hobby, you can put whatever you want on your labels. It doesn't matter, because you're not going to have any kind of rules, enforced on you. Number three is you have to actually have the address where it was manufactured. Now, there is a loophole on this. If you have a website that you sell on that lists your address, whether it be your home address or your business address, you can just put the city and state. But if you don't have a website listed with that public information on the internet, then you have to have the full address that you manufactured that candle product at on your label, okay? So those are the three legal requirements to have on all of your candle labels, and I want to make sure that's super clear. It's for the U.S. manufacturers on candles. If you're gonna resell them, make sure you have those three checks in the box. The rest of the stuff that you put on there doesn't matter. Your logo doesn't matter, your brand doesn't matter, your fragrance doesn't matter. All that stuff's just filler information. It is completely irrelevant and disregarded by any kind of legal standards, okay? So we do that to make it look pretty, so it pops, so it sells. But again, make sure you check those three boxes. Number one, identify what it is: candle, tart, wax melt, whatever. Number two, the weight of the item in grams and ounces. And number three, the address that you manufactured it. Again, if you don't have a website that has that information publicly listed, then you have to put the full street address, zip code, and everything, okay? So if you do have a website that has your information listed, all you got to put is your city, state, and zip. All right, so make sure y'all are checking those boxes, guys. I don't want to see anybody get in trouble when you're making candles. Obviously, it's a fun hobby, and it is a very lucrative business, but I don't want to see anybody get in trouble with the law, okay? So that's why I wanted to come on here today and talk to y'all about that, something I'm super passionate about. Obviously, I love making candles, and I love helping other candle makers. If y'all don't know, I also help, I help coach, can't even talk today. I help candle makers on the side. So I do coaching on the side to help fellow candle makers that are struggling or they're stuck. I've been there. I know tricks of the trade. I've found loopholes around, X, Y, and Z. And so I want to give back by giving you that knowledge and letting you know, hey, you're not alone. Hey, I've been there. Hey, this is a trick to get around that. Something as simple today that I talked to one person on one of the groups about was she was having trouble over pouring on her candles. So her lids wouldn't fit. All right. So something that I figured out through trial and error was simply placing your lid next to your jar. I know I only have one hand. I'm holding the camera with the other one, so it's hard to explain. But you place your lid, where's the camera? There it is. Place your lid next to the jar while you're pouring, okay? And that will help you visually see where your fill line needs to be. And then once you have that reference, you can use your first candle to pour the rest of your batch and the rest of your candles. So simple little tricks of the trade, like I said, are all that people need sometimes to get unstuck. If you find yourself in that predicament where you got too much wax already in your jar, your lid won't fit, all you got to do is super simple. Put your oven on keep warm. The keep warm setting usually is between 150 and 170 degrees. And then put your candle in an actual baking pan. Put it in the oven for about 3 to 5 minutes. Keep an eye on it. That top layer will melt, and then you can simply pour it out in the trash and wipe it clean with a paper towel. So again, the little tricks of the trade, like I said, people get stuck on these things. I've been there. I've been stuck on those things. So that's why I'm trying to let everybody know you're not in this alone. If you're making candles for the first time, I don't want you to get stuck on something so simple. Again, all you had to do in the first place to avoid that would be the first trick I just shared with you, which is putting your lid next to your jar while you're pouring that first candle, and then you know where your fill line needs to be so that your jar will, that way your lid will actually fit. Okay, so if y'all are interested in learning more about candle making, again, I do this for a living. And I do candle coaching on the side as well, because I want to give back. I want to help people to get unstuck. I want to get people motivated making candles because it's a fun, awesome hobby, and it's also very lucrative business. And like I said, it's all about the community, really. So giving back and teaching those little tricks, like I said, to help y'all get from where you may be, where you're just like, oh my God, I don't know what candle supplies to order, for example. That's another thing I see with beginners getting stuck. I mean, there's so many different products on the market. You got 50 different types of wax and 50 different containers and 50 different wicks. You're like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. And so in result, they don't do anything, right? So you're never going to get started unless you do take that first step. But sometimes people need a handhold, and that's okay. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to be that handhold to help you. Like, look, let's start with the basics. Let's work our way up. This is a great wax. I've used it. It's awesome. I recommend you try it. If you don't like it, then pick something else, or container-wise, same thing. Hi, y'all. I'm glad y'all are joining. I guess the live, took forever to start, so y'all caught me, in the middle, or actually towards the end of everything that I just shared. So hopefully there's going to be a replay. I'm sure it'll save in the reels or whatnot. This is my first time going live in Instagram. We normally go live on our Facebook page, but again, today I was going through the candle making groups on Facebook because I'm a member of a lot of them, and I was just finding so many areas that beginning candle makers were struggling, and so I was giving them little tips and little advice. And the main thing I see that the main hurdles I see when it comes to candle making, number one, not knowing what to order and not getting started. Okay, so you got to get past that roadblock, because it's obviously only a roadblock if you allow it to be. Number two, when they do get started, they run into little hurdles. Like I was mentioning with the jar, she overfilled her wax so her lid wouldn't fit. And so I let her know, hey, all you got to do, warm it up in the oven for about, maybe 5 minutes max. That top layer will melt. You can pour it out, wipe it out, and you're good to go. Maybe use a heat gun to make everything pretty again, and you're done. But in order to, like I said, keep y'all from getting stuck on that stuff, wanted to make sure that I was sharing the knowledge in my head when I became successful making candles. It was something I felt like an urge to do, was just to share that knowledge. And so I decided to create a course called Rustic Candle Secrets. I don't know if y'all are aware of that fact, but I do coaching on the side to help candle makers who want to get started, who want to start making candles and potentially make it into a full-time business like I was able to do. If that's something that interests y'all, just DM me or DM Rustic Territory, our brand name, because I don't personally have an Instagram. DM us the, I guess the letter or the word, let's see, candle making. That'll be a good term. So if y'all are interested in learning more about how to make candles, you want more tips, you want more tricks, you don't want to get stuck on these little things, these little obstacles, you need guidance, you need someone to hold your hand, someone to help you get sales consistently, I can teach you all of that. I've done that. It's, like I said, knowledge is power. And if you don't know, sometimes you need to learn from people that already been there and done that. And that's why, like I said, I put this course together. It's crazy on sale right now. I don't know how long we're going to keep it on at this price. But again, if y'all are interested in candle making, I want to save you from these little mistakes or these little hurdles along the way. And I want to get you making candles successfully over and over again. I want to get you making sales over and over again, so that way you can actually have, you know, a life of freedom that you want. You can go do what you want whenever you want. Because if y'all don't know, we actually only make one batch of candles a month. Okay, every single month we make one batch and we ship them out and we're done. And we do that in a weekend. Okay, and that candle batch pays my salary for the whole month. Okay, I don't advertise that stuff very often. I don't like talking about numbers because I don't want to boast or brag or sound arrogant in any kind of way. I don't make candles for the money necessarily, but I do at the same time. It's rewarding because I always see fulfillment in a finished product, but I also obviously have to make an income, right? And so if I can do two birds, one stone, have a passion, something I'm interested in, something that I love doing, and I can give back in the same time, well, then it's a win-win, right? So again, if that's something that interests y'all, make sure you rewatch this, because I don't want you to miss the tips that I gave at the very beginning about candle labels. That's the main thing I see people struggling with when it comes to candle making. If you're in the USA, there's three main items. I keep saying ingredients. Three main items that you need on all of your candle labels to stay legal in the USA, okay? I don't know about all these other countries. We only ship in the USA. We are a Texas-based business. So again, go rewatch this reel or whatnot whenever it's done, so you can make sure you catch that stuff. And I also created an ebook about it as well, because I was so passionate about making sure that other candle makers don't make those mistakes. I don't want to see nobody get sued. I don't want to see nobody get in trouble, especially when you're following your passion, you're following your dream, trying to start a business, you're trying to just do something you love. It's one thing if you're just selling to friends and family, or you just make it for yourself for fun or for hobby, but if you sell it, you got to have those three ingredients, okay? Dang it, I said ingredients again. I'm stuck on ingredients today. Man, maybe I'm just tired. I'm sorry. But three main items you have to have on your labels, okay? I'll cover them again just because y'all are still here with me live, and I appreciate that. Number one was you have to label what it actually is, okay? So again, is it a candle? You have to say that. Is it a tart? You have to say that. It has to be listed what it is, clearly identified, okay? Number two, the weight of the item has to be on there. So it has to be in ounces and grams. A lot of candle makers, I've been looking at their candles. They're gorgeous. They do all these amazing things. They make all these like confettis and dots and shapes and cupcakes and cookies and everything. It's amazing. But if their label is wrong, they're going to get in trouble, unfortunately. And that's the scary thing about it. And you don't know what you don't know. And I had to learn this the hard way. When we first started out, I didn't know this information either. I had to Google it. I had to do my research. I had to read a bunch of books. But I figured it out, and I corrected our labels as soon as I freaking figured it out. And I made sure that I never made that mistake again. Ever since then, I've been telling every candle maker I can come across, make sure these items on your actual labels, okay? So number two was the weight. Again, ounces and grams, both are required. Number three is your actual address where you manufactured the product. Okay, so if you have no website, no internet presence whatsoever, if you're selling on Etsy, you're just selling on Facebook Marketplace or whatnot, then you have to have your full street address, everything on your candle label. If you do not have, or if you do have a website that has your actual address, whether it be your home address, your business address, right, where you're manufacturing the candle products, then there's a loophole. You only have to have the city, state, and zip. Again, these are USA regulations. I'm not the rule maker. I'm just trying to make sure y'all don't get in trouble. So make sure those are on your labels. Like I said, the rest of the stuff is just filler, it's just fluff. It's just there to make it look pretty. Your brand doesn't matter. Your logo doesn't matter. Your fragrance doesn't matter. That's for the consumer. But as far as for legal guidelines, you got to have those 3 items. Okay, so don't get caught with your pants down, literally, when you're making candles and you don't have your labels correct. Okay, so that's the main thing that I see when I'm looking on these Facebook groups. So again, I did make an ebook about it. It's called DIY Candle Labels. If y'all are interested in that, DM us the word DIY, and I'll make sure that you get the link to that. It's free. I'm giving it away free today. Like I said, I normally sell it. It is new-ish, but I do normally sell it. If you want that resource, I'll give it away for free. And again, if you want help making candles, you need help with like what supplies to order. You need help with these you know, like you're getting stuck with tunneling, you're getting stuck with too large of a flame, you're getting stuck with mushrooming, you're getting stuck with, there's so many things. I've seen today on another group, somebody was, their jar was overheating, and actually one lady's, her whole candle, when she was doing the test burn, caught fire. She had to put an actual lid from her pots and pans over the dang thing to keep her house from catching on fire. So it's super dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, and luckily she was smart enough to think not to spray water on it, not to do anything crazy. So be careful. Obviously we're working with fire here, literally candles, so use your common sense. But again, I just want to jump on here today because like I said, I've been going through these groups, I've been reading all the places where people are struggling, and I've been giving my tips, my tricks, anything I can think of. But those are the main takeaways that I wanted to share with y'all today. So again, don't let these things get in your way. And again, if you need help, I'm here to provide that for you. Like I said, we are a farmhouse and candle company. We have been making candles since 2020, successfully selling them every single month. And I'm willing to teach that information. So what all I have in my head, I've data dumped into a whole course. I got all kinds of tips, tricks, cheat sheets, calculators. That was another thing a lot of people struggle with in the beginning, is getting their wax calculations, getting their fragrance load calculations, all that kind of stuff. And then blending waxes as you get advanced. Like, I know that stuff. I want to teach you. If you're interested in that, like I said, DM us. I'm not gonna like oversell anything, because again, it's up to you if you're interested. If not, hey, no worries. I just wanted to come on here today and preach a little bit about candle making, and again, I want y'all to stay safe. But if you are, like I said, interested, make sure you DM us candle making, which will be the actual term, or DIY if you just want the ebook and want to know more about the label requirements. Okay, so again, I'm trying to give y'all all the information I can think of to make sure you're successful, and again, I'm willing to help any way I can. Also, I wanted to note that, you know, if you're selling on Etsy, if you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, those are awesome places to get started, but you're never going to grow very big on those. Okay, so if you want to make this a big deal, you want to make this your whole life, you want to make this your business, your baby, like I did, you're gonna have to invest in paid ads eventually. I hate to tell you that, because I know it's a hard pill to swallow, and a lot of people do not want to do anything when it comes to marketing, but I promise you the grass is greener on the other side when it comes to marketing. Okay, because with organic posting, you can do a post here, a post there. Like, we have social channels all over. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have Twitter or X. I can post on those all day long and hardly get any views. You know why? Because the platforms are designed not to reward regular viewers. They're only in it for the money. they're in it for the money. Once you pay them, boom, you get money back in return, as long as you have a sales system set up, as you have an actual sales page or a sales funnel ready to convert those customers. You're going to make money with paid marketing. I guarantee it. And again, I'm very knowledgeable in that area. I do most of the marketing for our company. I love that. That's one of my passions alongside the candle making. So again, I can help you. I have the knowledge. If you want consistent sales, the key to scaling any business is paid marketing. Okay, so again, I'm not offering that in my course, but that's something extra. If y'all are interested, let me know that I can give you. I do give my templates. I do give my I show you how to set up an Etsy store if you've never done that before. I show you how to all kinds of stuff. But if you want to learn the marketing part too, just let me know. I'm willing to create that kind of extra content. We do weekly live Zooms on our course for all of our members. So I love that. Like I said, I love giving back and just helping y'all with anything I can, candle related or business related, really, because it's awesome and it's super fun and it feels good to give back. So I thank y'all for being here with me today. I see a bunch of people on here. I didn't see any comments. I don't know if it's going to show it to me while I'm live, but I will check them when I get off here. And then again, I will be checking my DMs for Rustic Territory. If you're interested in learning more about the label requirements, DM us DIY. Or if you're interested in learning more about making candles and having someone like me, a coach who's been there, done that, and does it for a living, actually be over your shoulder helping you, done with you, then comment candle making, okay? Other than that, I just want to say thank y'all for listening to me rant today, because I get fired up about this stuff and I'm passionate about it. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next time.